Let's talk more about the UFC right now that all the fights have happened. I think that the fight to make right now for Jorge Masvidal, if Masvidal beats Leon Edwards, Colby Covington. If Masvidal loses to Leon Edwards, you still have to fight Colby Covington. That is the fight to make. Now, Masvidal's not getting a title shot anytime soon. He has to get a couple wins together and get another. Then he gets another title shot. Covington, if he beats Masvidal, that doesn't really do too much for him, but it's a big money fight. It's the story of the fight is just very interesting, and there's just so many things to consider when you look at Masvidal and Colby Covington. There's so much trash talk, so much history behind them. The two teammates turned rivalry. It has such a good story behind it, and I think the fans will definitely get behind this fight. It's a fight that we all want to see, and I want to see that fight. The fans want to see that fight. Dana, you need to make that fight. That's the fight to make. Make it happen, Dana. Dana White, make it happen, because Colby Covington, he is a very good fighter. Definitely top five. There's no question. He's top five. But stylistically, that matchup is not the best. Actually, that's actually a good matchup for Masvidal. I think Colby wins that fight, but I think it's a good matchup because the fact that Colby has really good wrestling, and Masvidal has good takedown defense, but I feel that if Colby Covington takes Masvidal down, Masvidal's ground game is actually very much underrated. It's underrated as fuck. Like, he has a very good ground game. He has pretty good striking. The fight would be interesting. I don't think that Masvidal would just get knocked out or submitted. Submit him? Come on. When's the last time Colby ever submitted somebody? When's the last time Colby submitted somebody? When's the last time he submitted somebody? Come on, let's go back the line. Put it in the comment section. When's the last time Colby Covington submitted somebody? It's been ages, right? When's the last time he got a finish? With Tyron Woodley. He finished Tyron Woodley. Before that, when was the last time he got a finish? It's been a while, right? So Colby is not really a finisher. He's not a power puncher. He's a volume puncher. Masvidal is a power puncher. He's a very good striker. Very diverse striker. Very good boxer. That's the fight to make, to be honest. He's fighting Leon Edwards, but if he beats Edwards, he's not getting a title shot. He's not getting a title shot if he beats Edwards. If he beats Edwards, he's not getting a title shot. The fight to make, even if he loses, is Colby Covington. If he wins, it's Colby Covington. That is the only fight for Masvidal. That is the fight for Masvidal. That is the only fight Masvidal needs right now. If he beats Leon Edwards, which is a tall task, then he fights against Colby Covington. If he beats Colby Covington, title shot. Title shot. Immediately. Title shot. Because he beat Edwards and Covington, title shot. Immediately. Doesn't matter. Title shot. He beat Covington and Edwards, title shot. That's a fact. Title shot. Doesn't matter what anyone says. Title shot. Because Masvidal's top 10. Edwards is top 5. Wait. Colby Covington is top 5. And Leon Edwards is top 5. They're both top 5. They're both in the top 5. Covington's number 2 or 1. And Edwards is number 3. So if he beats those two guys, I feel that is an undisputed, there's no question, that should be a title shot immediately. What about Covington? Now let's look at it from Covington's side. If he beats Masvidal, I don't know, that doesn't do anything for him. So I think Colby has more to lose here and nothing to gain, because if he wins against Masvidal, okay, I mean, we expected you to win that fight. So, okay, you're not getting a title shot after that. Probably has to fight Luke. Probably has to fight Gilbert Burns. Get a couple wins like that, those guys, and win those fights and get a title shot. But that's a tall task, man. Gilbert Burns, tough fighter. Luke, tough fight. I think Colby stylistically matches up pretty badly against Luke and Gilbert Burns, because they're both MMA, very good grapplers. Keeping it on the feet against Luke is not a very good idea, because Luke is a very good puncher too. I think Colby can beat Luke on the feet, stuff his takedowns, probably win a decision. I think he beats Burns too. He can beat Burns stand up, beat him easy, stuff takedowns. Burns is not taking down Covington. That's just not going to happen. Covington has some of the best takedown defense in the division. He can submit him, but he's not even going to take him down. So the submission game is not a threat, because if you can't get the takedown, the jiu-jitsu means nothing. The landscape right now is pretty interesting too. If Edwards wins that fight, what happens? Well, if Edwards wins, that's a title shot immediately. There's no question. But if he loses, who does Kamaru fight next if Edwards loses against Masvidal? Who the fuck is Kamaru going to fight next if Edwards loses? Because, no, this is very, very, very intriguing. If he loses, Kamaru doesn't have a standout contender. Edwards is a standout contender right now. If he wins, he's a standout contender. But if he loses, the division doesn't really have a standout contender. We're juggling a little bit. We're trying to find someone, but we can't find anybody. I mean, the only person that I would think is Vicente Luque, but Luque needs to do a little bit more work to get a title shot. To be in my opinion, he has to do a little bit more work, because his last win was against Michael Chiesa. Chiesa was ranked 6, 7, not even top 5, and he was on a win streak against a couple guys that we don't really know. Luque is a fun fight, interesting fight. I don't mind seeing that fight. If Usman wants to fight Luque, let's make that fight. But I just don't know. I think he needs a couple more wins to drum up some interest. You know, the champ Kamaru Usman, he's fought 3 title fights in 1 year. I think he deserves to rest a little bit. You know, take a couple months off and let these contenders fight each other and get a true contender coming out. If Edwards loses, if Edwards loses, if Edwards wins, undeniable. That's a title shot. Undeniable title shot. Is it though? Is it undeniable? I mean, I want to look at it from the other side. So, if you look at Luque, so if Luque gets another knockout win against a top contender, but if Edwards beats Masvidal by decision, which is a very likely outcome, because Edwards is not a finisher; he's a point fighter. So if he finishes Masvidal, that's a title shot, undeniable. There's no denying a title shot for Edwards, but he has to knock out Masvidal or submit him he has to finish Masvidal. Submission, knockout, doesn't matter, but he has to finish him. I don't think he's gonna do that. I just don't see it happening. And Luque is the next guy. If it's not Edwards, it's Luque. That is the only fight to make. I mean, a lot of people will say Khamzat Chimaev, but I don't know. Khamzat has to do a little bit more work to get into the title mix. Come on, guys. He's only beat a couple guys, and those guys were not elite. The way he beat Li Jiangliang, very impressive, beautiful performance. I want to see it. I mean, to be honest, as a fan of the sport, I do want to see Usman fight Khamzat Chimaev. I definitely want to see that fight. But do I think that fight is the most deserving? No, it's not. Is it the most intriguing? Yes. Because Luque, I don't think Luque is going to beat Usman. I don't think Edwards is going to beat Usman. I think we need some fresh blood in the division, and I think Chimaev is the one to do that. And I mean, he doesn't deserve it right now, not yet. You know, if he beats Luque, title shot. If he beats Luque, title shot. If he beats Chiesa, that's kind of hard. Hard to say a title shot. But it depends on how he beats him. If he beats him in the first round the way he beat Li Jingliang, title shot. Because he's separating himself from the pack. He's just separating himself from the pack. He's in a league of his own. And I think that's what Chimaev is doing right now. Well, he only took like 1 or 2 punches in his last 5 fights. That's impressive. It doesn't matter how you slice it or dice it. That is impressive. That is amazing. Like, that is so impressive. Chimaev is looking good right now. 1 or 2 more wins, title shot. 1 or 2 more wins like that, the way he beat Li Jingliang, title shot. Immediately, title shot. There's no way to slice it and dice it. I think Dana will make that fight. He has no scruples about making that fight. We need some fresh blood. Like, We need some fresh blood in the division. Like, make that fight, Dana, after he fights a couple guys, because Edwards is more deserving. Even Luque is more deserving than Chimaev, if we're honest here. Let's be honest here. Luque has a very good performance coming off against Michael Chiesa. But to be honest, I actually want to see the Leon Edwards and Luque fight again, because Luque is evolved as a fighter. I want to see that fight again. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the welterweight division is looking amazing right now, dude. Like, so many different fighters to pick from. It's amazing. Like, the landscape right now, it's amazing. Beautiful. I love it.